Let's go. Hi guys, welcome back to Getting Juicy with Jerry. So today we have an extremely special guest.
Me, Tallula Walker.
Yay! So we've already done a podcast with you, but we haven't done one with just you.
And me with my red hair.
Yeah, she's just dyed her hair recently, but we said it earlier that you can't really tell on camera, but you can in real life.
Oh.
But do you want to tell us a bit about your background?
Yeah, I'm from like Wakey area. I don't want to say Barnsley, but that's kind of my postcode. What do you mean my background, Jerry?
Just like
I have been doing acting.
I've
been doing acting since I was 4. I used to do acting at Theatre Royal in Wakefield. Then I did this like group called Escape. It was just like a random little group.
Right, should we talk about your TikTok to kick things off?
Oh,
so, Tallula made a new account. How long ago? A few months ago.
In summer.
Were it?
Yeah, but it only kicked off December time.
Right, and it happened quite quick though, didn't it? I feel.
In the grand scheme of things, yeah.
Like no, as in like I feel like once you started getting followers, it just grew quite quickly.
I'm stuck on 18k. I think I've been stuck on 18k for like a month though. I've
really?
kind of flopped because I haven't been very active on it.
Yeah, but your recent posts are quite funny. You were just like pulling like weird faces. So how does it feel being on TikTok? Like, can you tell us about it? Because I don't really like TikTok.
I think like this is not me tooting my own horn. Like I know for a fact like I'm not famous, but I'm genuinely saying this, and this is going to sound so weird, but I mean it. Every time I've been out since my career. Since my TikTok like has had a bit of clout, I get noticed.
Really?
I was in the queue for spoons to go to Connie's birthday, and this girl literally points at me and goes, "You're Tallula from TikTok." I was in the bus station the other week. I see this girl walking really slowly towards me, and I'm like, "Am I about to get like banged?"
And someone came up to me and spooned someone, "I've seen you in that girl's TikTok."
Oh my god!
And then someone else said that they're like my biggest fan, and then you showed them me, and then they started like screaming.
When?
That night in Spoons.
Oh, it might have been that girl, yeah.
And then I once walked into a party and all these year belows who I didn't know started screaming and pointing, going, "Oh my god, it's..." And yeah, so the bus station story, I just feel someone sit next to me and I'm like, and she goes, "You're on TikTok, you're Tallula from TikTok." And I literally, because I'm quite a confident person, I'm quite bubbly, I literally froze up. I literally went like this, and I went, and then I went, "Is that your bus?"
No.
So then I didn't know what to say. I actually didn't know what to say, and she went, "Yeah, it is, but like you're like big on TikTok, aren't you?" And I literally went, "I'm not famous." And then she was like, and I literally going like this, and I kept going, "Is that your bus?" Because I was just got so nervous, and I find myself every single time someone's like, "Oh my god, you're on TikTok." Every time I go,
oh my god! You know, I got recognised the other day.
Did you?
Yeah.
From this?
Yeah. How insane
it's weird,
is that?
isn't it? It's weird.
Because obviously I can't even remember. I think it was like a pub or something, but I honestly was thinking, oh, whatever, I've got 300 followers, like no big deal. And then
the people that you have done stuff with are big.
Yeah, I was like, oh my god, like I didn't know what to say. I went quite shy.
Yeah, it makes me like I feel myself going hot, and I'm like, ugh.
They were just like, "Oh, I've seen your podcast."
That's quite cool.
I was like, "Really?" And she was like, "Yeah, I think it's right good." And then she was saying like, "Oh, I feel like I've just met a famous person," and I was like, "Don't
yeah,
say
people
that.
say that," and I'm like, no. In the grand scheme of things, 18,000 people.
Yeah, but you've got to think about what we would be like if we saw social media people. Like if I saw flipping Angry Ginger in the street, oh my god, I'd go insane.
If I ever saw Angry Ginger, I think I'd cry. Like I actually have. I think I've messaged him on Instagram like 5 times.
No, if I saw Taze, Angry Ginger, and H all together, I'd go insane.
Did I tell you the story? I have a really embarrassing story, and you might like it for the podcast.
What?
So it will Leeds Fest.
Wait, can I just pause it, guys? You can't be speaking.
I'm sorry, I'm forgetting.
Her brother met Angry Ginger.
Yeah, but you can't be speaking because it's going to pick it up. So if you want to be in here and you don't want to be involved, then you best shut up.
This is what she's like behind the camera, guys.
Because I've told them, I said you can be in it, and they were like, no. But they're watching it. But well, you were eating in the last one, weren't you? Oh, sorry. Right. Tell us your embarrassing story.
It will Leeds Fest. It wasn't last year, at the year before, so I'd just done my GCSEs and failed my maths, which I'm redoing.
Yeah, can we talk about that after?
If we must. And I was watching Tion Wayne. At this point, I didn't know him very well. Like, I knew his songs, but now I'm like, bar for bar. Anyways, RD comes on the stage. but he's singing H's bit. I love H.
I love H.
I screamed so much, and a little bit of wee came out. I went, oh my god, it's H! Oh, and then I'd like weed, and then I was like, oh shit, it's not even H, it's RD. And this boy went, yo, do you want to get on my shoulders? And I was like,
oh
no,
no.
I've just pissed myself. Because I thought it was H and it were actually RD. So. Another time I saw Central C, and like I was on this boy's shoulders, I think it was that exact same year, and the adrenaline rush like hit me.
Is it we again?
No, I yelled out loud. This is actually another funny story. I yelled out loud. I can't say it on here, but I would basically yelled out loud. I wanted him to do something to me sexually. But I was like, oh my god, why have I just said that? Because the thing that I wanted him to do to me, it had never been done to me before. I was like, what am I talking about? And then like, you know, when you just say something and you're like,
oh
what?
no, not when I'm on someone's shoulders at a Central C concert.
I literally went, ah, whatever. And then I was seeing someone last summer, and we were speaking about like funny things. And I said to him, because I was like, I'm going to quiz him here. I went, did you hear that girl yell that thing? He was talking about how we went to watch Central C, and I went, did you hear that girl yell that thing in the crowd? He went, oh my god, yeah, this girl yelled. And I went, yeah, that were me. And he went, ugh.
Oh my god.
But now we know I've got a loud gob because he were right in front. But it went silent,
Oh
and I
my
just screamed.
That was really bad. Anyway, can we talk about your maths? So, Tallula's 18 years old, she's in year 13, and she's still not passed her maths.
Is this cyberbullying?
Yeah.
Right.
How does that make you feel?
It makes me feel like I never will pass. It makes me feel like an idiot.
No, I reckon you will. Do you even need it?
I don't need it for uni, but I will need it in the future. My mum's got a mate and she's resitting currently.
Really? What are you doing next year?
Creative writing at Sheffield Hallam.
Wow. We're going to be together.
Yeah, because Jerry's gap year in, so I'm just going to come visit her.
Wait, why are you doing creative writing and not acting?
Because I don't need a degree for acting, and I think conservatoires, obviously, I think they're just a bit of a money-making scheme. And I get the facilities are good.
I don't agree with conservatoires.
I get the facilities are good, and I think the only reason people, well, in my opinion, I'm not educated enough, but the show reel at the end of the time that you've been there, when you've graduated, that's what gets you jobs, because they get all good agents in. But like, I've made connections at this college. I'm not spending a lot of fucking money and carrying on doing Shakespeare for the next 2 years, 3 years.
Because that's what it is. Like, that is literally the whole thing.
That doesn't interest me also. And I think if, like, I want to be a model, that is my dream career. And it sounds a bit superficial, but it's true. Like, I'm obsessed with fashion and I just love it. Like, I've been obsessed with it since I was little. Like, I just sit when I'm bored and watch runways, especially Victoria's Secret ones. And I think if that don't work, if I get a degree in a form of English, which is what creative writing is, that's going to help me so well for future careers.
Yeah, very, very true. But would you not want to do, like, acting ever again?
Oh, I'd love to be on TV, but a girl can dream.
Right, back to TikTok. Have you had any, like, TikTok boys slide in your DMs? I saw you had that one guy. Weren't there, like, one guy that used to go TikTok live and he like, messaged you?
Fiddy Rat. Fiddy Rat, he didn't slide into my DMs. He's part of the agency that Harry's in, and he asked to manage me, but I used to fancy him musically, so I was like, you can't be my manager. Anyways, but there's never been like you know, like, there's a guy, he unfollowed me because I didn't follow him back, and I feel really mean, but I didn't see it, and he'd messaged me saying hi. And then also there was this like TikTok boy who was like really attractive, and I just sort of used my clout to get him to notice me in his DMs, and I just was like, you're attractive. And then I got his Snapchat, and then as soon as I got his Snapchat, he was like, yeah, so like, I'm from London, so I guess I'm gonna have to get the train when I see you.
Maybe it was that I just put that on your private story.
Maybe. Yeah.
I feel like
yeah. And he was like, when I see you, and I was like, when? We've had a 2-second conversation, and I could tell that he was like, this is just what he does. He gets like girls that are like 16, 17 that are like, oh, from his TikTok, and then just snaps him, because he literally knew I'd had him from his TikTok, because I blocked him because I was like, it. But no, I've not really had any interactions with famous people.
Neither.
No.
Right, what's the worst, like, beef that you've been in?
Worst beef I've been in?
Yeah.
As in, like, the worst situation or the worst time I've beefed someone? Okay, no, there is one, and you know who it is.
Because I think there's one that I also know.
Yeah, and then so I'll do probably.
It's quite funny though. The one I know, when somebody like chucked a whole English breakfast on your house.
Oh my God. That's not beef, but
Yeah,
basically.
but that's funny though.
So I used to have this really good friend from my high school. We were like best mates, but like he's such a nutter, but he's so nice, but he's also not, but he is. Like I have a soft spot for him. Anyways, me and my friends drove down with these tiny little water pistols from Asda. We got him to come outside, and at this point, me and him didn't get along, but he got along with the rest of my mates. So I shot him with water, like pew, pew. It made him fuming. So he found the car that we were in, egged it. So then we threw beans and eggs on his house, and then I got. On my house, bearing in mind, this is not me wishing it upon my friends, but it was only me that got it because he didn't like me. I got mini sausages and baked beans. I got Greek yogurt. I got flour all on my like lawn up my house. Tomatoes, eggs. Yeah. And I literally the next morning went out with my hoodie and
oh my God.
washed it all off. So that were. Well, now I just know not to.
I just feel like those things are quite funny. Don't you think? Like, what?
Yeah,
do you
but
mean
I were
that's
also
so
like, I were a bit
original?
fuming because it's like,
Yeah, obviously.
I'm the type of friend that all my friends get away with everything, and it's always me that gets the shit. And it's just like, what? And if anything happens to any of my friends, I stick up for them.
Yeah.
But my high school friends, when a lot of things have happened to me in the past, they are like this girl once went up to my best friend at the time and was like, I'm gonna punch your best mate in the face. And my best
About
friend,
you?
Yeah, she didn't. Can I clarify?
Obviously, no one ever does, do they?
Bitch. But the girl that said that to my best friend, I was seeing a boy and she was dating one of my best friends that was a boy. And she cheated on one of my closest friends with the boy that I was seeing, and she was my mate too. So she went up to my friend Imi, and Imi's quite tame. She's an angel and she don't like conflict. But she went up to Imi and said to her face, I'm going to punch your best mate in the face. And Imi just went... But it's like a lot of times I had a girl slag off that same girl slagged off me to one of my friends, and my friend didn't say, oh. This girl is now seeing this boy, like they're back together, and he's bought her a fucking iPad. Sometimes I think maybe I should have just stayed for the long haul and I could have got an iPad. But that's superficial, and I didn't actually mean that. Worst beef, I would say, in high school, I became really, really, and I don't care if I'm dragging, this is never something I will ever stop talking about. So she got really, really close with me. And then she literally, it was like, she was my best friend, but she was also my bully. And she would do things like, we'd be out in public and I'd be stood in front of her, she'd be sat next to someone and she'd go about me, and like just making me feel awful.
I hate it when people do that. I literally do it, but you know when you like telling your friends something, you can just tell when someone's saying something bad. Like I'll be like, oh my God, did you just see that? But I literally do it myself, but I just hate it. You know when you clock someone.
But it wasn't in like she was meant to be my best friend and she was doing that. Anyways, one of the worst times where I was like, this girl's a bitch, was I'd just come out, I think I was in like year 10. I think I was in year 10. And I'd just come out of my science class and I was like, oh my God, we just did a planking competition, like me and Penelope. And she went, you're a pick me. I went, what? And then she went like that and pretended to hit me and then did it again. And I was like, what are you doing? She then did it a third time. And my friend Layla was stood next to her and she caught Layla in the gum. And then Layla's gum started bleeding. She went, that was your fault. And I went, what? Did I take your hand and scrape it across Layla's mouth? No, I didn't. Anyway, so Layla's upset. Wow. She goes to hit me again. And I just went round her face and I just smacked her. And I've never ever hit anyone before that. I've never hit anyone after that, apart from one boy, but minor. So I smacked her across the face and she went, oh, you're weird. You're actually weird. I made you. No one would even know who you were if you wanted me. I made you. You're so weird. And then then my friend's boyfriend, my friend had a boyfriend who was a dick, but she also used to rim him a little bit. She was like, hold me back. Oh my God, hold me back. And I was like, what am I? But I was, because before I met her, and me now, like, is a very different person. I couldn't stand up for myself like that. Like, she used to walk all over me.
I found that as well. When I were in like year 10, I only started standing up for myself when I were in like year 11-ish, because I just literally would let anyone do anything. And then now I think, because people will say to me, why do you get so aggressive? It's because all those years, people just walked over, said everything. And I never stuck up for myself. No one ever stuck up for me. Yeah. Whereas now I'm like, if you say one thing, that's it.
Yeah. And I'm the same with my friends as well, and you are too.
Because why would I ever want to feel like that again?
No.
Because I used to feel so awful about situations when I was younger. You know, when you're like 13, 14.
Like that time.
That time. And, like, I was in so much drama. So much drama.
Yeah, it was just awful. High school drama, I hated it. That's why sometimes I wish, like, social media and phones, and I'm not even trying to sound like fucking traditional when I say it. They ruin everything. They ruin relationships, they ruin friendships. Like, there's been so many times where I've gone home and been in a group chat and beefed and then been like being part of beef, and I'm like, why? And then I go to bed anxious. After every time I beef someone, don't get me wrong, I can go for someone, and I am very nasty, but only for good reason. I'm never mean to anyone if they've never done anything wrong to me. I feel so much guilt afterwards, and it stresses me out, and I hate it. But in the moment, like, that's what I wanted to say. But
literally. Yeah, but I always come back from it and think, why didn't I say that? Like, there was one time where I remember I was with this guy, and something happened. There was some like drama with like the friendship group that we were in. And him and his mate, who nasty boy, they put on this like group chat, and they were being horrid about me, and they were like, "Oh, she's got a turkey neck, like blah blah blah," and all this. Yeah, I do have a bit of a double chin, but do you know what? Does anyone want to give me money so I can have surgery for it?
I don't think you got a double chin.
I do sometimes. In some angles, I do.
Everyone does. If I lie down like this, everyone's got a double chin. Do you know why? Because if you didn't have fat there, you wouldn't have a neck.
That is true.
God, he's trying to.
But yeah, he said this, and then I literally did not say anything to him, and I was just fine with him after. And I'm thinking, hold on a minute, I probably cried myself to sleep that night. Why did I let someone say that?
Yeah. So that's what I mean. So I'd never stood up for her before, and I want that type of person then. Whereas now I can be quite confrontational because I just don't take shit. And I remember I was just sobbing. And I remember there was only one friend of mine who actually stood with me and were like, I never liked her anyway, and I'll never forget that. Anyways, then we went into this, I was in history with her, and she was sat at the back of a class with a girl, her ex-best friend. She was sat at the back with her, and she went, I'm just vibing right now. And I was sat, and I was sobbing. I was literally, because I was like, oh my God, like, I think it was either my birthday coming up or her birthday coming up, and I was like, what am I going to do? Like, she's my best friend, and I was literally just sobbing, and she would just fucking right as rain, and I was just like, oh my God. Anyways, after that, I distanced myself from her. And then I noticed as I stepped back, she got close with every person in my group. And she would literally be like, they'd be like this for like a few weeks, maybe even a month or so. And then it would just stop. And then eventually we were all like, this girl is a nasty, nasty person. She's awful. Yeah, why? So we kicked her out of the group. We were like, no, we can't do this. Next thing I know, we're bullies. And she's crying to all the teachers, and I'm like, this is so unfair. And I remember vividly, I was in my drama, it was near GCSE time, I was in my drama GCSE class, and I get pulled out for a fucking meeting with her, and I'm like, oh my God, but it was Mr. Bennett. And Mr. Bennett and me were like this, and he knew the ins and outs of the situation, and he knew the real deal, but obviously as a teacher, you have to like, so, and I sat down in this thing with her. I didn't even look at her. I was sat like this with the table, literally like this. And she was like, I just feel like you don't like me because everyone else does. I went, no, I stopped liking you first, and I don't like you because you're a bad person. Anyways, it was just this pointless fucking meeting. And I remember I had to do that with like, I had some drama. I had loads of drama, and I had to go into the office and like sort it out. Because it was always like a thing where it was like, don't snitch. But then I used to a point, doesn't it? Yeah, but then people used to say to me like, oh, you do realise such and such has gone and told the office, so they're going to pull you. So now I'd be like, well, I'm not flipping getting in trouble. So then I would go up to the office and be like, right, what's been said then? Because I don't want you pulling me out because that's embarrassing. I'll come to you. And then I'd then take control of the situation. And then they'd come out and be like, why did you tell the office? Why did you tell whatever? And I'd be like, because you did. Because you told them first. And then I then told them, but then they'll be like, well, we didn't tell them much. Yeah, but you still told them. Childish,
still have told. Anyway, old drama, but I remember my drama GCSE class. I hated it at first.
I loved it.
I hated it because that was when me, Lola and Emma weren't friends, and they were in my class, and it was so unbelievably awkward. It was awful. And then I made friends with these, like, this girl in year below and like a couple of her mates. And as soon as I made friends with them, she was so funny. Then we had a laugh, but honestly, for like the first few months, it was awful.
Yeah, it's awkward, isn't it?
But that was probably my worst beef that I had with Lola, which is so weird because we're literally really good mates now.
Yeah, so got called into that, and then as I walked, he literally finished the meeting, walked out. My teacher went, right, so what's actually the truth? And then I said, and he went, yeah, I'm aware. It's a few weeks after, we're all out at the rugby club, which is this is really long, where we used to hang out. And the boys that we were friends with were also still all right with her, and we're like, we're going to invite her, and we were like, why would you do that? Anyways, she ended up turning up. We didn't speak to her. Anyways, it gets to a point. My one friend, who's quite like me as well, went for her, and we're like, something happened, and they're just arguing with each other. Next thing I see her dad pull up, her sister and her dad run out the car. Let's just say that her dad should have.
Should we start the unpopular opinions?
Yeah.
Right, so I've written some down and we're going to discuss whether they're like correct, or we agree, we disagree, however we feel about the statement we're going to talk about. Is that all right?
Yeah.
Right, first one. Texting is better than calling.
No. I'm a caller. I always have been.
As well.
I hate texting. I think why we haven't, because also on text things can get misinterpreted.
Yeah.
Interpreted.
Yeah.
So
but
why
then
would you not call?
Yeah, but sometimes I'm in a mood where I'm just like, I just don't want to speak.
And I get that. And sometimes you can have a right good conversation on text, and then it gets to call and it's awkward or dry. But no, I think if I'm texting someone I care about, I might as well just call them. It's easier, and I want to see the face.
Very true. No. Do you know what I've learned how to do from doing this? Because I always burp all the time. I've learned to compress it, to swallow it.
I don't want to compress it. I want to speak my truth.
Okay. I agree. I think calling is better. However, there is a time and a place. Like some people, their voice just jars me, so I don't want to hear it. To be completely honest. Next one. Do you have pineapple on pizza?
Yeah, I love.
Do you?
I love ham and pineapple pizza. It's actually one of my favourite pizzas. It's margarita than ham and pineapple.
No, I'd have just ham on it. I love ham. But I wouldn't have pineapple.
So good.
Nope.
So good.
Right. Giving presents is better than receiving presents. I agree with that statement.
Do you know what? I will say, I'm broke as fuck, but when I'm not, I love treating people that I care about.
I do, yeah, but...
It's coming.
Oh, so you're one of them.
Honestly, Connor, it's coming when I can get some money in my pocket and I'm working next weekend, and I'm going to get you a thing of matcha.
Oh, she just told me.
Why have you told her your present?
I'm going to change the present now. But no,
yeah, but you can do so much stuff without spending money.
Like what?
Yeah, but it's like all the stuff that, like, what I did for Millie, that book.
True.
Didn't cost me that. All I had to buy were the book
true.
And the decorations and the pictures.
That is so true.
Do you know what I mean? Obviously, it's like you put in a lot of effort. Like that is the thing, but I prefer doing stuff like that than spending a load of money and buying your mate a tracksuit, where it's just like there's like she won't, like every time Millie looks at that book, she'll think, "Oh, Jerry made me this."
Yeah.
And it's like a meaningful thing, and she'll keep it forever.
Yeah.
Whereas if I got her a tracksuit or something, she wouldn't think of me when she gets it. She wouldn't think, "Oh."
No. Like I know someone bought me perfume, and every time I spray it, I think of them. Thanks so much.
Okay.
But no, I think there's a buzz, and you feel really nice and warm inside. It makes you feel good about yourself and not even that. Like I love making people that I care about feel happy. But I fucking love receiving presents.
Yeah, I do like a present. I do like a present, but I like it. Like I like watching other people.
Yeah. Because I can watch hauls for hours. And
yeah, because it's like when I gave Lucy a present, she was like crying, and I just thought, oh my god. I just have a magic touch. This is what it's all about. I literally made my granddad. It was my granddad's birthday last week. Wrote in his card something like, "Oh, you're the best granddad ever," as you do. Cried. Didn't cry at anyone else's card. Yeah. I genuinely have a special touch.
Usually because I'm obviously usually quite broke. So whenever it's someone's birthday, I always write them a letter and draw them something, because I think that's very...
Yeah, I like that.
No, yours is coming, Connie, but listen, just because...
You're getting caught out now.
No, I've had a lot of stuff on recently, to be fair, and remember when just because I got you a massive letter and flowers, and she doesn't even remember.
Of course I remember.
Oh, right. That one for your birthday?
You said it was late.
Then it was for your birthday, yeah? I'm really not good. I'm not good with birthdays or presents, I'll tell you that. I didn't get my mum anything either.
No, but do you know what I saw? I saw this TikTok. Oh, my lips just went really dry. I saw this TikTok the other day, and it was like when
And this is, by the way, can I just confirm? I'm not stingy. I'm just genuinely poor, and there's something kicking off in my life as well.
Okay.
Genuinely.
Do you need a minute outside?
I need a minute alone with Connie to make up for missing her birthday.
Oh no! Anyways, so I saw this TikTok and it was like when there's like what the hell was it? It was like when Miss I Love Birthdays and Makes Really Cool Birthdays meets Mr. Hates Birthdays, and then it's like that box. And I was thinking that is literally me.
Yeah, it is. You're very like that.
And but I want I don't know. I want a boy that like has never been given a present in his life.
So an orphan, like.
No, like I want a
He's
boy. No, but like, do you know what I mean? Someone that just doesn't really care about birthdays.
Yeah.
And someone that's just like, oh, just don't buy me, I don't care.
But he will have been given a present, Jerry.
Yeah, but not like, I mean, like not a meaningful present.
Oh, yes.
So then I can like go full out. And
so
then...
he would have just been given like links and underwear.
Yeah. Whereas I will do something else. Anyways, back to unpopular opinions. All coffee is shit.
I love coffee.
I fuck it.
What?
I can't swear on these.
Why?
Because my family watch it.
But I swear all the time, Jerry. I sound vulgar.
I can't swear on these.
Well, you should have told me that because I've got a potty mouth.
You can swear. It's just me. I can't swear.
I just feel like I just sound like a scrap.
Why?
Like even that's a bad word.
Why are you saying it then?
Because I just sound rotten. I have such a potty mouth and I need to sort it out. I need to be classy like Angelina Jolie.
Oh yeah, you said that because you watched the film. What film were it?
It had Johnny Depp in, and she was like an undercover spy, and she was just glamorous, and she wore like gloves, and her hair was always open. She was like with red lipstick, and I was like, yeah, I need to be like that. And then I'm doing this interview with red hair and an Adidas tracksuit and saying the F word every 5 seconds. I love coffee though. I used to be like ew and tried to do whipped coffee in lockdown and nearly gave myself a paralytic fit. But
it gives me stomach problems.
I know what you mean, but
really bad.
A good vanilla coffee, I actually crave it sometimes.
Yeah, I love it. I don't like hot coffee at all. I don't like coffee. I don't like anything. I like iced coffee, but only the way I do it and with loads of syrup in it. Mm-hmm. But I can't have it anymore because it just hurts. What's something weird that you put ketchup on that you like? You know, something that you shouldn't put ketchup on? I've got one.
You go first, because I know there is one, but I can't remember.
I put ketchup on plain rice.
You were wrong. It
is nice. I'm telling you. No, I'm genuinely telling you, ketchup and rice is actually really nice.
I've tried it before and it made me feel sick.
No, you haven't.
Yes, I did.
You're lying.
My friend used to be really fussy. Rennie Brown gave me ketchup and rice at her house and I hated it.
Why? Do you like ketchup?
I love ketchup.
Do you like rice?
Yeah, but I don't like them.
Yes, you do.
Do you like chocolate, Jerry?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you like broccoli? Do you like them combined?
Probably. I probably would eat it.
You know, it is really nice. Crisp and chocolate. Ready salted crisp and chocolate. And sausages and chocolate. All my life,
It's like chips and ice cream.
I went to Africa and it went one time and there was like a buffet and they had these, I think they were turkey sausages or something because obviously halal. I just don't even know what I'm doing. I don't even know what anything I say means.
Why did you even do that? Because obviously it's halal.
I don't even know if that's the right term. No, it definitely is. But I'm just proud of myself.
Yeah, but why did you do that? I thought that was like a sign for like being halal or something. You like
no. Anyways, so there were these. I think it was chicken. It can't have been chicken.
Wait, where were you?
Africa. Anyways, I think there were turkey sausages, and they had Nutella, and I dipped in a Nutella. Oh, it changed my life. It changed my life.
Do you want to tell you a Nutella story?
Honestly, I just don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, let's not talk about that. Keeping it PG.
And also, I actually got I learned a new word the other day and I'm about to use it. I got myself a lobotomy so I could forget about all the people. So I can forget about all the people. And that memory is no. It takes a chunk of my brain out. But that memory, lobotomy. That memory is no longer in my brain. So I have no idea what you're talking about. Lobotomy.
Lobotomy.
It's a procedure and it's illegal now. I searched up on Google.
What, is it actually a thing? I thought it was just like...
Yeah, mostly for mental patients back in the day. And they take a chunk of your brain out and it makes you emotionless.
Like,
do you know who started coming out then? Do you know who started coming out then?
Oh no, that flipping, what's her name? I know what you're on about.
Beatrice started coming out of me then. Did you see it? If you watch it back, you'll see it. I went... Anyway, and it was a type of procedure. Anyways, I'm not going to do that because I'll get cancelled.
Okay. Is napping productive?
No, I hate it, but I also love it. Like, I want to nap, and when I wake up from a nap, I feel disorientated, depressed, and just sticky.
I don't know. I actually don't know. Because I feel like some days I'll be like, right, I'm going to do this, and then I'm going to have a nap. Because I know that if I don't have a nap, I'm not going to be able to do the next thing.
That's the issue with me. I don't crash. I don't need to nap.
No, I go, like, for example, after college today, I've got stuff to do when I get home. So I'm going to have a nap. And then once I've had my nap, then I'll go and do all my stuff. Whereas I won't be able... What are you doing?
I was just stretching.
Have you done something to me? I'm stressed out. What's she done?
You'll find out when you watch.
Anyways, you've thrown me off now. Sorry. You're not even listening.
I am. When you nap, you're going to crash if not.
Okay, anyways. Right, I like this one. Boneless chicken wings.
No, I hate. Oh wait, no, yeah. No wings.
Chicken nuggets.
Pardon?
Boneless chicken wings.
So like chicken strips.
Or like, no, not chicken wings. You know like what you get at Nando's? Those like when you get like 4 boneless chicken things.
Have you come up with these questions?
Boneless chicken wings. Oh
no, you know, like a boneless chicken thing that you, like.
Oh, like from Wingstop.
Yes, they are adult chicken nuggets. Do you not get it?
So you're asking me if I call them boneless chicken wings or adult chicken nuggets? I think I just call them chicken. Can I have some chicken, please? What, are you going to go to the till and go to fucking Wingstop?
No!
Excuse me, can I have the adult chicken nuggets?
No, I just saw this. I just saw it and I just thought that's quite a funny thing to discuss.
Boneless wings are adult chicken nuggets. That's not even a question, it's a statement.
Yeah, they are unpopular opinions. So that yes.
Oh. I've never heard that opinion in my life.
Really? I saw
Have
it
you
in
heard
quite
that
a lot
opinion?
of things.
I've got a question.
Go on.
Do you like drinking milk as a glass?
Yep.
Yep, me too.
But I can't because my stomach.
Have you got like me?
Yep. Okay. Really, really bad. What do you think of this scenery? Can you ask me some questions?
Yeah, of course I can.
Oh wait, I want to take it off as well.
Jerry Linnell.
Hello.
What made you dye your hair black?
So this is a story. So when I think I was like 13, I was first introduced to the Kardashians.
Is that why?
Yep. And I used to watch them 24/7, like, I mean, all the time. And I was like, do you know what? I'm going to look like them. And so I dyed my hair black. But it was weird though, because when I dyed my hair dark brown, loads of people thought I was Addison Rae.
I don't need your drugs.
I had loads of comments and it were like, you look like Addison Rae. And I was like, okay. But at that point, she was like prime. So I was quite like happy about it at that point.
Okay.
Yeah, and then it just got a bit too much.
Next question. Parents, stop watching. Do you like getting your toes sucked? Like, genuinely, I'm asking. Because some do. I don't know who they are. You've had your fingers sucked?
Only one, not fingers.
Yeah, usually wouldn't you?
I think I've had a finger sucked. I have had my toes sucked though.
And did you like it?
Yeah.
just do an adult section only, non-family member section only.
But my mum will probably like still watch it.
Your mum won't care. That's true, right? Next question, Jerry. Are Uggs nice or fugly?
The Uggs that you can get that are fake from Primark are nice.
So the real deal, the ones I have, are dang. I love my Uggs. I wear them
No,
all
I
the
like
time.
some of them, but some of them are ugly. Like some of them are ugly. You have to admit. Some
No,
of them.
do
Are.
you know why I like them? Because it looks like, and it makes me so happy. I'm wearing like little loaves of bread on my feet. I love it. Like I actually love it. It still has the trainer version, and so does Katie, and I love him.
Do you know what I hate? Do you know what I genuinely hate? And it's the worst shoe I've ever seen in my life. Are they what are they called? Oh,
The Balenciaga sock
Nope.
shoes.
but they are bad. They're flipping. Are they Birkenstocks?
Jerry.
Are they
Connie,
Birkenstocks?
did you hear what Jerry just said?
Is that what I'm on about? Those sliders.
They look like
Are they
round.
like sliders?
They're my favourite shoes, and I wear them all the time. So I'm really glad you just said that, because I'm about to show you a picture
I
of
don't
my
know if
Birkenstocks.
I've got the right shoe here.
You better bloody not have.
Thank you. Yeah. Oh, you're gonna go around.
You actually better bloody not be talking about my Birkenstocks like that, Jerry. I will throw a fit. You don't like these?
No, it's them. I hate them. They're vile.
These are actually my favourite shoes, and
No, I think they're absolutely.
Omar
vile.
calls them pebble shoes, but they're my favourite things in the world, and I love them, and they're sick.
Don't like them.
Yeah, my mum got dupes a bit off TikTok shop.
I love them, and you're talking bad about them.
Yep, don't like them. Look at
Right.
these bad boys. Get some like this.
No, get some like this.
Yeah, I like them. I really
Fucking
like
wish, yeah,
them.
you fucking wish.
I don't like them though. Don't like.
Okay,
them.
next question. Do you think, because I actually think this, I think roots showing can actually be kind of nice.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, but not
sometimes
my
I think,
roots.
but I sometimes think when you fully dye it like that, like the Scandinavian hairline, it can look a bit shit.
When I get
Not
roots,
yours, but
no, mine look bad. But before they didn't look bad. Like before I got a scalp bleach, when I just got highlights, it looked fine. But when I got a scalp bleach, I don't like my roots now.
I wonder if you could.
But like Connie's hair, I think her hair looks
love
really
Connie's
nice
hair.
with roots. I think Millie's hair looks nice with roots.
Connie's hair would definitely taste nice if you could eat it. Do you know what I mean? Like it definitely tastes like a crumpet with honey on it, or a cinnamon roll.
Why have I never done that?
What were people's hairs?
No.
Oh,
I have crumpets.
Ask what people's
every
hair would
day.
take like.
I have crumpets every day, and I've
Put
never
maple
had...
syrup on it.
Why have I not done that
With
before?
bits of bacon. All over you. Jerry,
I just eat a crumpet all the time.
I'm gonna do
I
what
love
people's hair would
them.
take. If
Right,
right,
what do you think mine would taste like?
Jerry's
my
hair was a flavour, it'd be marshmallows for sure.
Do you think?
If my hair was a flavour, what flavour would it be?
Beetroot.
Beetroot.
No, I think it would be like
Cherry cola.
Maleficent.
What flavour is that, Jerry? I think my hair would taste like
Apple. Poisonous apple. You know the
what the
apple.
heck? Someone's a piece of shit.
You know the apples that you like dunk your head in and you have to grab. You know
Apple
that game?
I think my hair would taste like beetroot. Oh, bloody hell!
What do you think? I find it funny when Tallula laughs and she goes. Oh my god! I think we need to wrap this up now.
Oh, for God's sake! Okay.
Your lips look like you've had them done, but in a good way.
So natural, and I haven't even overlined them.
Really?
Yeah, I've just
Sure.
made them prominent. Yeah, I'm sure. I only underlined the bottom bit, not the top. Wait.
Cheers.
Oh.
Somebody.
Requested ASMR. Did they?
No, but I was gonna say that me and my ex used to practice doing this all the time with water.
Fuck you. Fuck you.
Never do it, and now I can do it. So I hope you're proud.
Into the mic.
Tallula!
You can cut it.
Why? Ew, no!
am like, oh my god, why do people think I'm such a freak? Why do people think I'm such a gobby bitch? And then I come on things like this, and I just go like this, and I just lick the microphone and just wave from it, and then talk about a girl that I fell out with 3 years ago and something illegal.
When that happened, when that happened, I had to squeeze him really hard because I thought I was gonna fart really bad. I had to
God, bloody hell! What a song roll. We do outro music.
Yeah. We're gonna do an outro.
So we're gonna do an outro, and this is song is to show Jerry how much I love and appreciate.
I know what song it is gonna be.
For God's sake.
Hey, this is my favourite song. Thank you guys for watching.
Bye now.
Bye.
Oh. 1, 2, 3 to the 3, 2, 1. So hot with the tongue like a melt down the sun.
Thank you so much for watching, guys. Stay tuned for the next episode.